continue. And then the conversation went. I want to try to finish it before, because it's in the low storage. So then the conversation went. Once again, at Imani's job, others were calling out too, and they had. I'm assuming they used their sick pay hours because they develop a cough. But it's just like. But with me, if your immune system is strong enough, those that are around you can get sick, and you might be affected a little bit, but not as. But you shouldn't. If your immune system is strong, then it should not affect you enough where you have to call out. If you, this is what I realized, because I've been around many sick people, many people that call out, and I don't have issues with my immune system in that manner. And but that week, Imani really experienced what others were experiencing at his job. And so the thing is, what I was getting at, the conversation went from, and when I said the oil, I said it seemed like my body went in shock when I went back to using, when I went and started using the oil again. And I'm just, but I didn't really, and I forgot about using the organic syrup also. We use organic syrup as well. This is once again, this is the butter that we use. It's like all of a sudden the pale skin milk. Okay, this is a different flavor. Is this soy free? It should be soy free. And once again, he was at the door here, over there. And as I opened the door, he made a comment. I don't know him. He made a comment, laughing. I just said, "Excuse me." That's what happened. I said, "Excuse me," because I was trying to open the door, because they were blocking it. I didn't want to block them. I didn't want to get in front of them in a rude way. And so anyway, even though it says vegan butter and so forth, I haven't used oil in a while. So I felt like my body went in a little shock because my nose was running. I had a little cough. I mean, that's all I experienced. But I didn't know, I didn't really, after, I took care of myself, rested and so forth, I didn't experience it anymore, so I just sort of let it be. But I just remembered that we did use oil, and we hadn't used oil months before. It's been a while, and we decided to treat ourselves with pancakes. And instead of cooking a just egg with no oil, just egg, we don't have to use oil for just egg. We don't have to use oil for pancakes. I wanted to use it. I wanted to use it. When I say oil, the vegan butter, soy free. I just wanted to add, and I wanted to experience that flavor again that we experienced when we used to make pancakes, eggs, just eggs, and I used to fry. So I wanted to use the butter, the vegan soy-free butter. But anyway, the conversation after I told him about my immune system, it's like I went into shock. I don't know. He seemed to he kept saying, he said, "Go to fork and knives." And go over there, and it says plant-based lifestyle, whole food. It does says plant-based lifestyle. But it just seemed like I guess I was wrong, because it says plant-based is eat your veggies. So I don't know. It just seemed like he just, instead of saying you should go or whatever, it sounded sort of odd. It sounded like he said go. But it does says plant-based lifestyle. So I was wondering why he just, it was odd because of the conversation. So I'm documenting. Because the reason why I document, because especially in reference to conversation with food as much as possible, because were you among those that keep saying lawsuit, I'm going to sue, someone needs to get a lawyer, brother paid, we're going to sue her, brother paid, we paid, Mason 3. You have to take care of yourself. You really have to take care of yourself and be smart as much as possible. So let me continue. So it's just like, for example, when I have conversations about food with the cashier, I always, or anyone, I just tell them the truth. I'm not vegan. I'm not. I don't say I am vegetarian. I'm on a transitional phase. I want to go eventually. Sometimes I might tell them about the raw fruits and vegetables that we're trying to harmonize with, but I don't like to put that label on myself. And when they start bringing up animals, sometimes they do, because some people choose to become vegan because they doing it for the for animals. They don't want to eat animals. I tell them the truth. That's not why I chose to become vegan. I've been on this path since 2010, 2011, approximately. I want to say about 2011, I think it was 2010. I might right at about 2011, changing my diet, and it had it had all to do with me listening and changing spiritually, and trying to eat according or harmonize with food that correlates to the chemistry of my body. I didn't have the information about animals and so forth, and or even, not that I didn't have it, I didn't seek it out that way. So that was not the reason why I chose to harmonize on a vegan diet. So I'm being honest. I mean, sometimes it might disappoint people to hear that, but that is the truth. And in that, through the years of changing and transitioning, I grew with knowledge about harmonizing with vegetables and on a vegan diet. And I'm still growing. I still don't know. I don't know hardly anything like many do. I'm still learning. But it's so I try to be so careful when food is spoken of, because it's amazing how lawyer and lawsuit comes up in reference to food. And all I can say is, with me, by changing my diet, I have become mentally more stable, physically healthy. It matters. I can tell when I eat too much of something, how I feel mentally, how I feel physically. I can tell, and I listen to my body. And when I'm obedient to my body, which is my cells and so forth, everything changed. I just listen, and that's how I learn, and that's how I grow in my health. And this is why possibly my immune system is so high, where so many around me may be ill or get ill, and I do not. So that's why I encourage Imani to do the same. What else? For example, the other week, Carl was in the dining room. This is at Burger King, and the customer was like, she kept using the word fresh. She said, I think she was talking about the beef or those sandwiches. She was like, is the Whopper fresh? I said, fresh? Well, you can order off the boiler. Many guests call that fresh, and she just kept saying fresh. Like I said, they were like, she just kept using the word fresh. I said, well, if you want your sandwich to come directly off the boiler, you can get it off the boiler. And she just, and I said, many guests use that word fresh when they want it off the boiler, or they, and the car was in the dining room, but she kept using the word fresh, and I didn't want to be misconstrued as saying that the sandwiches that are not off the boiler are not fresh. But she kept using the word fresh, and I was like, she's a regular customer. So anyway, I was in the dining room talking to her, and Carl, one of the owners, Janelle's husband, was across from. Anyway, I just kept making sure I say, yes, some customers use the word fresh when they want off the boiler. But I just didn't want to imply that the sandwiches that are made that are not right off the boiler, or that are not out the fryer, are not fresh. So that's what I'm saying in reference to being careful. Okay, so I try my best to be careful. And another thing I kept saying to the guy while I was at yesterday, March the 17th, 2023, is that everybody's different in reference to the chemistry of the body. Because, because he was speaking about chicken, he peeled the chicken, and so forth. And I kept saying, everyone is different. I've been on the vegan diet, vegan diet for a while, or vegetarian diet. Everybody's different. So everyone is different. So I just know, Imani has not had to go to the hospital, or neither have I, for a serious illness since around, I would say 2010, 2011. We did go for ibuprofen when we went to New York in 2015, but we have not had to go to the hospital for any serious illness since 2010 or 2011, around that time. So that lets me know that I'm on the right track. Islam is March the 18th, 2023. So once again, I try to be careful, because too many, and also I hear those say, "She love your son." I don't know who is this she, but I definitely hear a lot of African American accents around the room, or some type of feedback, like an animal or some type of. It's very unnatural. And then a lot of times, Sheikh Dwayne Bey, the screen on the tablet, while I'm working the tablet at Extended Stay America, would turn black or gray, like a gray, where I can't type. And I might hear someone say brother. And usually it's sometimes like a Spanish accent, male accent. It's like saying brother, like calling on, like when he say, they be like, a Spanish male accent say brother, like telling the brother to do something. And then all of a sudden, the screen on the tablet would turn gray. And I'm trying to type like this. I'm trying to type, and I can't type. I have to restart my tablet. So it's odd.